Hey, what is up, folks? Good to see you guys again. Welcome back to my motovlog channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the time I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. So this happened in my senior year of high school. And you know the saying, go out with a bang. Since I was about 11 or 12, I've been playing travel baseball up until about my freshman year. I started getting into football, played like 3/4 of the season, and let my grades get tanked. So towards the end of my freshman year, I had decided I wanted to do homeschool or self-paced classes to make sure I graduated on time. Because nobody wants to be a super senior, bro. So after about a year of homeschooling and still communicating with some friends about and talking about all the experiences I was missing, I decided I wanted to finish the rest of my high school career in public school. I got tired of staying home all day, doing self-paced homework, and my junior year rolls around, and I decided to enroll into Intercom High School out in Sacramento. I focused on my grades for a while, knowing I couldn't fail a single class or I wouldn't graduate on time with the rest of my class. Baseball season rolls around, and I know the competition is pretty good considering most high schools, good ones anyway, usually tend to keep the same squad. So here I am, pretty much trying to take someone's spot because most of these guys play for competitive teams outside of school together. And if they don't, their dads have bumped into each other at a game, or they've just known each other over the years. And if their dads didn't know each other, these guys literally breathe, eat, sleep baseball. So tryouts roll around, and I show up every day early, stretch, warm up. Tryouts are about a week long. I did pretty good. I wanted to play second base and outfield. After a few scrimmages and tryouts, I waited for the list to be posted around the school like crazy. The list finally comes out, and I find out I didn't make the team. At first, I was a little frustrated trying to comprehend why I didn't make it. I know I wasn't the best batter and rarely struck out, and I always at least made contact and put the ball in play. I was like, it's good, I'll focus on my grades, make sure I graduate on time, and will make sure I make the team next year. Junior year ends, and over the summer, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't doing too much grinding. I threw the ball maybe like 4 times a week, then just went back to playing video games. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. I've been playing since like the original Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 days. But when senior year rolled around, I locked in. I had heard about conditioning, which was like 3 months before tryouts. Showed up, same vibe, early, ready to put in that work. So we had about a month of scrimmages and weightlifting. So one day we're out on the track running like a mile using the battle ropes. After that we hit the weight room. We start bench pressing, and I'm trying to bench 45s on each side, trying to follow up my boy Ryan. I lifted it up like twice, and on the third rep, I swore I might have dropped it directly on my chest. 2 days passes, and one night, it just got really hard to breathe, like someone standing on my chest. I call my mom and tell her, like, I'm having trouble breathing. At first, she kind of just brushed it off. Then I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. She was like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. We get to the hospital, and they do a chest x-ray. After about 20 minutes, we get the results. They come back into the room and ask me if I fainted today. I was like, no. They proceed to tell me I had a spontaneous pneumothorax, which had meant one of my lungs had collapsed almost completely. Then follow up with, you're going to need an emergency surgery. I look over at my mom, bawling her eyes out. I start laughing like, okay, it's okay, Mom. I'll be fine. Like, don't worry about it. So they put me in the hospital bed, roll me into the surgery table. I get a mask over my face, and they tell me I'm gonna feel a bit loopy. They numb the right side of my ribs with a sump shot. We wait 10 minutes for everything to kick in, and they just start cutting me open on the right side of my ribs. I just remember laughing and laying in a pool of my own blood. Then I get put in the back of an ambulance and transferred to UC Davis Hospital. Then I wake up with a tube attached in between my ribs. It was also attached to a box draining blood from my lung and trying to reinflate my shit. They come in the morning and tell me it's going to be kind of hard to move around for a little bit. And I just start looking at this box full of blood. And I'm like, this isn't good, bro. Like, I was extremely sore, taking tons of medication, had like 2 IVs in my hand. So I like refused to walk. Like at this point, I'm not moving. I didn't want to move. I lost so much weight, and they start like forcing me to walk laps around the hospital. So about midway through the first week, they decide they're gonna try to pull this tube from in between my ribs to see if I can reinflate my lung on its own. They take the tube out, but before that, they're like, you're gonna breathe in really wide and then exhale. And while we're exhaling, they're gonna start pulling the tube from in between my ribs. So about 2 or 3 days passes after they rip this thing from underneath my ribs, and my lung did not heal on its own at all. So they go, yeah, you're gonna need another emergency surgery, and we gotta put the tube back in. So I wait another about a week, and I find out that they're giving me anti-inflammatory medicine while my lung is definitely needed to be inflamed to reattach and re-adhere to the wall of my rib cage. So I ended up spending a whole another week in the hospital, and they put the tube back in. I was extremely hot, bro. Like, it was super unnecessary. I was taking morphine, IV drip, whatever they could give me. So another week passes. They take the tube out again, but this time they tell me they're gonna need to go in between my ribs with some tiny microscope and sand and re-adhere my lung to the lung wall. So we go through with the surgery. Everything turns out fine. I wait another like 2 or 3 days, get all stitched up, patched up. My ribs are completely covered, and eventually the discharge day comes. So I finally get discharged. I go home. I'm super sore. Don't want to eat. Don't want to do anything. Come back to school and decide to run track. I had already missed baseball tryouts and was super upset about it. I knew I wasn't going to make the team. So I was like, I'm going to go out with a bang this year, bro. I'm not going to just sit and take a L. But that's it for today's video, guys. Appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching. If you made it this far, check out all my social media links will be in the description down below. You guys ride safe. Have a great day. See you guys again soon. Peace.